What's up guys, welcome to another Quest to Alex's Beard video. For those of you who don't know, these videos are basically just me sat here documenting my transition. Okay, so a couple days ago I had my 4th psychotherapist appointment in the GIC in Exeter. So basically in my last appointment I had my initial assessment completed, which kind of means I don't really have to have these sessions because I've been on the waiting list to see the clinic doctor, which is kind of the next step since March. But I've decided to have another few sessions, you know, just to talk stuff through with my psychotherapist. And that being said, I didn't actually think I was going to have a lot to talk about in this session because I've had 3 sessions with her already and I pretty much thought I'd gone through everything in my head that I needed to. And lo and behold, it actually turns out that this session was probably the most hard-hitting session. I left feeling kind of drained and very upset, and it was kind of one of the lowest points for me so far. So in the last 3 sessions, I never actually spoke about YouTube and the fact that I make videos about my transition, and I have done for the past 3 to 5 years. And you know, this is a pretty fucking huge part of my life, especially since we've just all hit 100,000 subscribers. That's crazy. And it was then that I realised it's harder for me to justify why I'm on YouTube than to justify why I'm transitioning. That's so weird. I can talk about my transition all day, but when people start asking me why I put my life out there on the internet and why I let such intimate parts of my life just be out there, it's really difficult for me to explain. I was talking to her about how, you know, I try and offer support for trans people and I try and help educate the world in whatever tiny way I can. And we actually came to the conclusion that it was better for my psychotherapist to not look at all my videos. When she actually said that to me, I completely agreed. I was like, yes. That's the whole reason I haven't told you about my YouTube already. I think a part of me was just worried she was gonna come to my channel and then see me being really low about 3 years ago. Because in my mind, I'd rather talk about my situation 3 years ago and my feelings 3 years ago than for someone to look at me 3 years ago and see how upset and depressed I was. Because looking at a video of me back then isn't an accurate view of me now. So that happened. We were also talking about bottom surgery and my views and opinions on that. You guys know I'm not really interested in bottom surgery, so I was kind of, you know, explaining my feelings to her. We were talking about my dad coming to terms with my transition and trying to like ease him into using the right terms for things. We spoke a little bit about the binder pain I've been having. I'm not sure if it's just my poor posture or the fact that I've been binding for 3 years, but my back is starting to hurt quite a bit. So I've been easing up on binding and gradually trying to like make myself sit up straighter a little bit more. We actually had a bit of a laugh because I don't know whether this pain is binder related or posture related. So naturally I just started taking off my binder more often so I'd hunch over more, which kind of probably caused the pain in the first place. We also spoke a lot about the fact that I didn't know what to speak about. That sounds really weird. I think it just gets to a point where you've just had enough of talking about your past and yourself and you think you've spoke about everything there is to speak about, and then suddenly your psychotherapist will just ask you a question. You'll be like, oh shit, that opens up like a whole new fucking house of things we can talk about. So that was all good and fine, and then at the end of the appointment I was kind of, you know, asking a few questions about my weight for the doctor's appointment. This is the point that it got bad. When I asked her, she just kind of had this look on her face and I knew that I should just brace myself to be really disappointed, and I was. It turns out that people that have been waiting since December to get a doctor's appointment are only just having one now, which means since I've been waiting since March, I'm not gonna have mine until October, maybe even November. I'm just like twiddling my arm here, what am I doing? Yeah, that was just really hard for me to deal with, just having my transition pushed back even more. The funny thing is, it didn't actually hit me in the appointment how upset I was. As soon as we got on the train, I just started, boom, it was all over from there pretty much till the end of the day. Looking at things realistically though, I'm not actually doing that bad because my first appointment was in January and it's June now, so what is that? 6 months of being on their system and in their care. The problem comes when I've already been waiting so many years to be in this position, and the whole reason I waited so long was because I was waiting for my family to accept me. I was waiting for someone to just pick me up and push me into my transition. And you know what? That shit just doesn't happen. It doesn't work. You have to be the one to start your transition. And unfortunately, as much as you wait, some people just don't warm up to the idea until it's actually happening. The situation with my family has only got better since I've been actively going forward in my transition. So the best advice I can give you guys is, as soon as you have the thought of being trans, get on the system. Go and get help. Maybe not go to a clinic straight away, but just go and find someone to help you because as soon as you get that thing in your head where you're like, right, I need to change, you want it right then, you want it in the instant. So it's no good 3 years down the line when you're feeling terrible about yourself. So yeah, that was my 4th appointment. I'm just in a pretty shitty place right now, trying to keep my head above water, but the main thing is I know what I'm working towards. I have a goal. It's not just up there in the air. It's actually there. In a few months I'll be there and I'll be happy. Alright, just quickly, some really cool, exciting news. In about 2 weeks I'm getting a new tattoo and it's going to be YouTube related and it's really cool and I'm really excited. I'm getting it done in an awesome place, so watch out for that. Next month me and Jake are going to a couple Pride, so watch out for that. And then of course Summer in the City in August. If you haven't got tickets, get them because we're going to be there. Also, our silver play button for reaching 100,000 subscribers has been ordered. It is on its way, kind of, almost. I'm so excited. Okay guys, that's it. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you next time.